What's up, guys? Welcome back to One of Your Head podcast. I'm your host, LESKUZZY, and that's Nick 215, and we are back again with another episode. How you doing, my brother?
I'm vibing. Life is good. Life is good. Trying to get this money. How you doing?
All right, yeah. You know what? That's how we're gonna start, man. Because
Trying to get this money.
because if people don't know, we record the podcast normally on a Monday. This in 2024, we started recording the podcast on a Monday, so that during the week we edit it and we comes out on the Thursday. But Super Bowl weekend happened. Monday, I text this man and I was like, bro, what time you want to record the pod? You know what's crazy? The response, you want me to tell them what you text me back, right?
Uh,
He
what?
tells me he's in Lancaster.
Oh yeah.
If you would listen to the pod, the end of 2024, this man said he would never go back to Lancaster. And I bought him I made a custom hoodie says never going back to Lancaster. Man, explain yourself.
Thank you, buddy.
Why did you go to Lancaster?
I had to get this money.
Was
I
it
had
for
to get money.
work or
No, it
uh
was. I had to get bread. Um, anybody that knows I was living out there. So, and when you live somewhere and you get basically like 1 month free, they give you a refund. So
oh
I had to go get my refund. I had to get this money, and then they was playing with my money. So then I was hot. I was out there hot, but I got my money, so it's all right. It's
all
cool.
right, because I'm like, why isn't man? Why is he in Lancaster? He's like, I'm getting money. I'm like, wait, is it
I had
work
to
or
get this money.
somebody owed him money? But you know what? That was that's how we gonna start the pod. Then we gonna get into. Y'all want to get into the better rap type of deal, or you want to go straight into the Super Bowl?
I think we should start with battle rap because I might be getting this money, but these bad rappers ain't getting this money. You broke ass niggas.
Eh,
Nah, I'm
ah,
playing. I'm
all right,
playing.
all right. So, if you listen to the pod last week, we said we gave you like a little bit comments on you know on that Smack White said that Leo, there's no money returning back.
Nope. No, you know
Both of
why?
it.
It's because Norb sued them, and the battle
I
rappers
wanna
was on their side. Well, on
I wanna
Norb's side.
say, but I from listening to Smack, it's it's not when they asked him about no, he's like no, that the money that was nothing. Uh, because they
And
settled.
caffeine. Norbs
Yeah.
and caffeine.
So he said. So I didn't watch the full interview, people, but I watched a good amount of the interview. The part that he talked about there's no money in better rap,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in the part he say they asked him why is the year slow. He said there's no money in return, right? He's like nobody's returning the money. There's no sponsorships
That too.
to.
That too.
So he's
You
like
have
there's no
no
sponsorship.
Cinderella hoes, and you
Yeah,
ain't got
he's
no
like we have
caffeine.
no sponsorship. He's like because he's like when we had like he's like I don't even right now we don't have that enough sponsorship so that we can throw the events that you're used to, guys. So he's like right now the YouTube partnership that they have with YouTube is not returning money that they post once a year. They're not returning the money in. Caffeine is not really returning money. The app, no, not everyone only subscribes to the app when they have some battles that they want to watch. So there's really no money. And
But they should have app money. In theory, they should have a lot of app money.
yes,
That's
uh,
every month.
month. Then John added saying that is more. He's saying that it's not only just smack, is the whole battle rap culture, is because these battle rappers are asking too much now because they got used to getting the money from the pandemic. They're now pressing themselves out.
Yeah, and they trying to, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that
So
that makes sense too. That does
Yeah,
make
he's
sense.
like,
That
so
makes
he's
the
like they
outro make
pressed him.
sense.
They asked him. Smack said right now his whole focus is to create the Loaded Lux and Romney card. So he said I'm not really focused on any other events right now
Because he's
than
not making that money back.
yeah. So he's like I'm trying to make that card so that I get a little bit like the return break. So he's like so we trying to make that card. They asked him about if John not if him and Mook is gonna happen. He said I can't tell you if we is like first of all the culture wants it. He's like, yes, I understand. But I'm trying to tell you right now, it gotta make sense. When he said why when he said he gotta make sense, people thought he said the better gotta make sense. No, he's saying business wise, he gotta make sense. They gotta both parties gotta come into agreement because Smack said he's not going into the red for nobody. He emphasized I'm not going into red for nobody. So if Mook tries to ask too much, if him and asks too much, Smack said he's not booking it. Smack said if they're not really if it doesn't make sense for me to at that time, I'm not booking it. And I see that's going a lot on a lot. Like even you be so King of the Dot made his return, but you see even King of the Dot is now doing other leagues, sub leagues, where they're doing different type of rap type of thing. Organic had a event in Canada, like in a theater. It was way different, brought like people who haven't rapped in years
Hmm.
against the recent rappers who've been rapping recently. Uh
They gotta do something to make some money, but it's hard out
it's
here.
yeah, it's really not here. So and I think they're also doing. I think also Sierra is trying to make their money back with the band because they are releasing band events. And I want to say this: when the band is a great idea, well, there are some battles I like to watch, but the first battle that you just dropped, the Loso and Your Honor, I want to tell you this: the battle is cool, it's very cool. But the problem is they were rapping for like I think they were 1 minute and 30 seconds round limits, and they were given a week prep time.
They's rapping forever.
So not even forever. They were rapping like literally when they start. You know how better rappers can some of them heat up, right? Like for example, your honor text. Whenever he got into like heating up in the round, they were calling time. Loso had like one thing. I think I've said this before that Loso is not a 2 week, 3 week type of prep time person. He's like 2 week, 1 week, 2 week type of prep time person. And you could see that he was uncomfortable for like performing, but he just revert to angling and everything that your owner does. Your owner did the same thing. You could see the battery itself was okay. It wasn't big, something big that you can, okay, that was something huge. Uh, yeah, but man, better rap I don't know if better rap is gonna survive 2024. This better rap
Um,
gonna
I think it'll always survive. It'll always survive. I just think certain leagues is gonna just go away for a little bit.
yeah.
I mean, King of
I
the
heard
Dot.
that RBE right now. I don't know if it's true or not, but ARP said he retired from battle rap or he's no longer doing battle rap. I don't know if it's true or not because
I'll wait to see that one because he does about
because
what 4 or 5 cards a year.
yeah
We'll see.
because
We'll see.
I think it was in the Him and Holla's diss track or the letter to the culture when he said as I made ARP so much money he's thinking about retiring. I don't but it's been like people who've been associated with RBE have been talking like they're no longer on like their contracts is not like no longer exclusive. Like it will even came out and said they asked him if he can we can see him on URL. He said he doesn't know yet. They asked this Smack the same question. He said, "Man, the funny I think like They asked Smack about all the people who just left, like the bill collector, the Mike P, you know, the people who look like they have an issue with URL,
Hmm.
right? About is there any possibility to reckon Smack? From what I'm saying, I don't think the better rappers have issue with Smack himself. I think they have
It
issue.
might be Pays, it might be
It
people in
might
the
it might be
background.
Beasley, it might be Beasley or Chino or Chico, one of the two. Because Smack most of the time when Smack was answering those questions, he admitted it's like some of the people that you bringing up, really don't know their situation.
Y'all gotta
I'm not.
realize URL is a big company at this
Yeah,
point, and they're dealing with all other big companies. So it's like
yeah.
they
So
they probably piss some people off unintentionally.
yeah, so Smack is like, yo, I can't even tell you if I know the situation with Bill Collector, the situation with Mike P. I really don't know. I might know the surface level, but I really don't know much. But
I think he know that situation with Sean though.
yeah, I think the Shine situation,
He knows Sean. He knows the bigger people. But I
yeah,
mean, a lot of those smaller problems,
yeah,
uh,
he might, because he even said
Ryder
that
quitting URL or whatever. I remember that happened.
even like the ill will, he even said, to be honest, I don't even know why like he said, I really don't know the ill will situation. I was
I
like,
think he
I
just
would,
wanted bigger battles and he wasn't getting it,
yeah.
so he left.
So yeah, he said, I really don't know, but I gotta sit down and talk to them. Spec said he wants to sit down and talk. Uh,
Of course, resemble
Easy,
some of that. We all got to talk because until the
yeah.
money ain't here no more.
Yeah. So Easy just tweeted out saying, I think it was what? No, he meant tweeted out said, oh, all those god tier people on your rail, y'all can't even make Smek's money, Smek's money that he's been giving y'all back. Then Tara retweeted saying, man, I'm the only god tier out there. I don't know which other god tier you talking about. I'm the only one there. I
I
make
think Tay
Smek's money.
Rock and Surf make the money back.
Yeah, he said I make the money back, and him and I, but him and Tay Rock are like brothers at this point. They are close.
And
So
Hitman, of course, Hitman.
yeah, so him and I was like, I'm not talking about you, my brother, but I'm talking about the other people who talk crazy on here. Then
I don't think
easy
Mook
chat.
makes the money back. I don't think Mook is making that money back. As much as y'all be talking online, the amount of
Then
people that I don't like, you can
that
tell in
don't
the
make.
reviews, the amount of people that actually watch the battle is not the same as the people commenting. But they not making the money back, bro.
so so I thought. So then Easy Champ Dean said, Smack, me and you, we good. We is like we can rekindle the relationship. Just tell me, just send me, let's make some money. Just make it reasonable for 7 minutes, and that's it.
Also,
Uh,
I think they got problems because everybody's trying to make a league. Tay Rock is trying to make his own league.
I
It's
think Tay
been
Rock's,
trying for a while. You got UW coming back. Surf Tribe, Midnight Madness. People trying to make their own leagues.
yeah, but I think Midnight Manners was more of bringing back the old type of battle rapper money on the floor.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah. But now I'll go lie. This is something I want to say, right? Because when I was listening to the story, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be that type of person. Like, I understand we want to go with the old gunners, the old smack killers, the old people that used to make smack money. But I feel like some of them are not don't really don't care. Like, for example, Summer Menace, right? On Summer Menace, we had like how many people? We had like the Hollow. We had some. It was more old school. Like
I
we
don't
didn't
think
need.
Hollow's making the money back too, and I love Hollow. I don't think he making the money back either. To
Then we
be
had
honest,
T Rex coming back. Like Smack, let them niggas go. I
because
believe
they
me,
asking
but
price I think is higher than the Young Bulls asking price.
yeah. So I believe
It would be.
y'all gotta let the young boys come in like Swavel. She happens. Kid Slade. Yeah, Kisley. Who else? Who had made their name for themselves on a big stage? I'm going for people who have already performed. Swamp.
Not on a big stage, but Mac Mel has been around a lot
Yeah,
with a band and everything.
yeah, yeah.
Chess, I
Swamp.
don't think Chess is actually charging them too much,
Yeah,
and he's still
Chess
top
has
tier.
already did like I go like if you have, did you watch? I don't think you watched Chess versus Swervo,
No, I haven't.
bro. That I watched it like a couple times. The better didn't come out recently, but I've watched it when it first came out. Then I watched it a couple times after that.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch it again, I'm like, I see why. I was like, Smack, you gotta let Swervo. You gotta give Swervo more plates because this man went against Tay Rock, went against. I think we recapped this. He went against Tay Rock, went against Chess, and the funny part, Chess was Chess. Chess was in his element. Being he didn't, you know, he was going into hierarchy chess. Going into space chess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy part, when the first round, you know how chess burps or hiccups, tries to throw up the first
Yeah.
round, then he turns up.
Mm-hmm.
Chess turned up. Chess turned up, but he was waiting for the burp to come on, but he still turned up. And the crowd was like, "Yo, we don't know even Swamp can come back to this." Like Chess was up here, and Swaver just came up and just met him in the second round because he's like, "Is this the same nigga?" He's like, "Is this the same nigga that throw up?" He's like, throw up and can't hold water. He said, "Smack." He's like, then he looked at Smack. He said, "Smack. You just gave it. He said, you just gave me a slate, and now you're gonna give me another nigga who can't hold water." And the price. Then he starts going in. He's like, then he had like this. He started talking about Chess's catalog, Chess's issues, Chess choking. He didn't even touch on Chess choking, but he was talking about Chess's him talking struggle bars. Chess struggle bars,
Mm-hmm.
and he was matching him. He's like, I remember a nigga who. He's like, I know a nigga. He's like, you say you shot someone. I know a nigga, a little nigga with throwaways. It's something bad, bro. I was like, Swervo 2023 and late 2022 made a name of for himself. I believe he should be allowed to. Even also on the big stage, made a name of himself on Gnome, on the Gnome Impact. I think I should have just let them take over. Let them take over. Not take over, but let them shine more and see if they don't make the money back. I believe if you do that, they're gonna make the money back.
Well, I think they'll make the money back because they're getting paid 1 to 2 thousand a joint.
Yeah,
And see, and it's funny that this is happening right after we have a double impact and a summer madness where people was talking about how much they getting paid. This is real interesting that this year all of a sudden the money ain't there. It's just not there no more.
yeah.
Like it's crazy
Then
because
you
after
then
after
we
you
throw
have
last year we threw like three big events, three huge big events, and three huge state like venues. We had
yeah, but they wasn't that well. They were big. They were big, but they're
yeah
not like. I think the year before, well, that was caffeine's money, but the year before you got the
y-
Drake event, you got
yeah yeah, but I
Summer
don't think
Madness.
that.
That's
But
big
don't
money
forget the
there.
Drake event was not like it was a big event, but it was never like really a huge venue, right? The venue they
Yeah,
said
it
only
wasn't that big of a venue, but it
yeah,
was like
but
a event like on the internet.
yeah,
Big event. That was a success for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. But I'm talking about event like I'm talking big events that they threw last year was
Mm.
more. They did three. They technically they double impact, so they paid probably double or quadruple the money that they pay normally
Mm.
because you have four people on stage, right? Four people on stage at the time that are rapping, so they want to get paid too. Then you had Summer Madness. Then we had what else? Yeah, Then you had the was it Homecoming? That's the Mook. We know Mook charges an arm and a leg,
Surprisingly, I mean, I know that it classifies, but I don't think that was a big event. Not
but
gonna lie.
they were in Irving Plaza. That you know that's kind of also their big event type of
That's
venue.
probably one of the ones that didn't get the money back because I
Yeah,
don't feel like people actually tuned
cared
in.
about that. Yeah,
And
Homecoming
surprisingly, that's
two.
the one that we caught. That's the one we caught.
Yeah,
Well, no, we caught
Homecoming.
Homecoming 2, not 1.
Yeah, Homecoming two was a flop than Homecoming one.
And it's crazy because I feel like we got the better Mook,
Yeah,
even though he, in my opinion, still lost.
he
But
died.
yeah, he still lost. But
He died,
he,
but
he
he had a
rapped.
better
He
move.
rapped well, bro. He rapped well, but nah, Twerk was on a different planet.
Yeah, I think Twerk made the money back. Twerk made the money back. Mook didn't make the money back, but Twerk made the money back.
But that if we were to believe how much they be getting paid and all that stuff, Twerk first of all took a pay cut, so Twerk maybe only got 10,000,
Yeah,
maybe 20 because it's Mook.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Mook probably got paid what
25.
accent price 60. They said his accent price is crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Mook, Mook,
60
Mook,
maybe
Mook has
40.
that. Yeah, Mook has that asking price that's dumb as hell.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's dumb. But like, I'm sorry, Mook, but we can't let you do that no more, bro.
Like these guys' accent price is a little crazy, but y'all want to
Yeah,
have them at every event and battle every new rapper. They can't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Can't.
think
Too
that
much
yeah,
money, bro.
yeah. But that's some some great news.
Too much money if
Uh,
you're gonna be lackluster too. Joe Budden talked about it. Like you going up there and this person showing
yeah.
bad
What?
performance.
Yeah, y'all want to talk about
Like
Joe Biden? Joe Biden he's in a beef now with streamers. That's crazy.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what
Uh,
happened.
it,
I don't know why, but I'm
so
not sure.
so it all started because of the Killer Mike situation.
He still shouldn't. I don't care. He still shouldn't have won that.
So
I'll listen to the both albums and everything, and then come to a conclusion. I still don't
yeah.
think he should have won. I think Travis
So
got snubbed because of Beyonce. To be honest,
all right.
Beyonce's on the album. They're never giving Beyonce album of the year. She was up there 2 times and ain't get neither one. Nah,
Actually,
bro,
four.
got
She has been
snubbed.
up there. She has been up there 4 times and never got
No,
one.
but I'm talking about the same year. In the same year, she's up there for her album and she's up there for Travis' album
No, she this year she wasn't up. She was not nominated at all in
for album
2023.
of the year. I swear I
No,
seen her album up there, Renaissance.
no, she was
Damn,
not nominated. They didn't put that album up. Her album was not nominated at all.
damn. Yeah, Beyonce ain't getting that album of the year. They is not playing with her, yo. They don't care how
So
smart the whole
yeah,
sound. They
but
don't care.
so all right, yeah. So yeah, Joe Biden is in a beef. I really don't mind say about that. Before we touch on the the it looked like Kai, Speed, and Aiden. I think they got paid. They got a huge check from every little every company that they visited.
Oh
The
yeah, they got
NFL
money. They got big money. Kai said he don't
because
accept the money, but they
no,
definitely
but
got money.
I think but imagine you the NFL gave him the part the NFL gave them money to come and play in the flag football. Then he went to the slap the power slap thing, the slap competition or slap league when they're slapping each other with Dana White.
I seen a clip with 21 Savage, or was it 21? I think it was
Yeah,
21. Standing there. No,
no,
it was
no,
Travis. It was Travis.
yeah. Then I saw the clip where Offset shaked Speed's hand but didn't shake Kai and 21 look they're still cool. And Aaron and 21 look at they're kind of still cool with each other. But Offset didn't shake 21. Uh
It's interesting.
so uh so then what happened was after that they went to the slap, the power slap with Dana White, the UFC version of slapping each other. They are slapping. Is the UFC external league where people are slapping each other in the face,
That joint took
right?
off, by the way.
Yeah, that
Like
that
crazy. You see
that
it
took off.
everywhere.
So they're like people, people saw the celebrities that were in there. They saw Tom Brady, Trevor Scott, Donald Trump was in there. So they asked Dana, right? He's like, man, how does it feel like now that the power slap is took off? We have all these celebrities in there. That we have the Donald Trump, we have Travis Scott and Tom Brady, and the funny part, he looked at the reporter. He's like, you know what's crazy? He's like, you named great celebrities. He's like, the but that was not the powerful people in that room. There were there's like the three powerful people in that room with the one that streamed. He's like, we had Kai, Aiden, and Speed, the biggest streamers. Streaming, we were streaming, and they were streaming too. And they were judging.
Hmm.
So he's like, the they had he's like, they are making a lot of money. And those were the three powerful people in that room. And a Kai was streaming him going around Vegas doing whatever, same as Aiden. They played poker. They played a lot of things. But while we in the social media world, so Pretty Boy Pharaoh came back to YouTube this week, right?
That's tough. That's tough.
Uh, he came back to YouTube with a video. Why we bringing up a YouTuber coming back to YouTube? Because this video he kind of told his journey. Because uh, let's be honest, Pretty Boy Fredo kind of fell off or became this type of character or whatever we want to say, not a likable person
He went from
by
2K
his
to
people.
them pranks, and them pranks was ass. All these
Yeah,
prank channels died, by the way. Every
yeah.
last one.
So for he went from 2K videos to vlogs to pranks to doing other videos with other people to doing what other content creators at the time was doing. So he kind of told his journey, like his YouTube journey, and
Mm.
it was in a Tega. He did a documentary of his life, his highs, his lows, because this was his, like, what he had took a year off from YouTube, right? He had
I want
taken
to
a
know
year.
how much bread they got to just go take a year off, or do
I
they got other jobs?
no, well, he took a year off because of real life issues. It was not like something he was planning to take a year off.
Okay.
So,
Like
and
Corey
that's why I
Kent,
was
like how much bread do Corey Kenshin got to not upload?
I don't know, but I was gonna explain why he took a year off, like. So he explained he did the whole hero. So the documentary you can go watch is called Hero. Primo Fredo, hero to villain, his journey. So he told his journey on in YouTube. He even admits, he's like in the documentary. I think he said people, yeah, he's like, I want to let you know, people forget that I blew up overnight. He's like, I'm not that type. He's like, my channel kind of blew up overnight, right? He's like, I gained 1 million subscribers within a year, under a year of doing YouTube. He's like, after I got 1 million, I gained another million the next week. I hit 2 million the next week. So he's like, I blew up overnight. So he's like, I can't even tell you what was going through my mind at the time. So he told his real, like, he's telling his journey, even him, like. Then he told his journey, like, people really don't know, like, what comes with YouTube. He's like, the fame gets to you. He's like, we not come up here, we say we're not gonna let the fame get to you, we ain't gonna let the money get to you. He's like,
A lot of money that they made, bro.
yeah,
A
he's
lot of
like,
money.
it gets to you. You start saying, I built this shit. Me. I didn't need nobody. I didn't need, so the ult. if you ever watched Pretty Boy Fredo's videos when he started doing the IRL videos like pranks, or when he was doing vlogs, he used to say, "I built this shit me. I didn't need any collabs. I didn't do no collabs and anything." Right. So he was telling why he felt like he's that's what he felt.
Hmm.
So he started talking about it. Like he's like, yeah, he's like, you start feeling that. He's like, I built this shit. Me, I did this. I didn't need nobody. He's like, when you do that, you start separating. Then Jasmine, who I think they're back together, but at the time was his fiance. They had like the public breakup, a very ugly public breakup on camera, where he was literally an asshole. I can say that. He was an asshole, right? His sister kind of exposed him for cheating. He cheated on Jasmine in a way like he really didn't. He did the texting, talking to a chick, and they like made for dates, but he didn't go through, with the nasty. But
I mean, that's what he says, but
yeah, no,
he
no, the
probably.
like in the text, he was planning to,
Hmm.
because she kind of. So Jasmine also did her own. She also came back to YouTube after 4 years of now posting, kind of responding, not responding, but reacting to the part in the documentary about their relationship, right? Come to find out, Jasmine didn't confront Fredo at first. She got the proof that he was cheating. He was meeting with this girl. He was talking to this girl, right? Then after she did that. She went and seek comfort with Fredo's sister. So she reached out to Fredo's sister, and Fredo's sister is the one who exposed Fredo on Instagram Live, right? So Fredo kind of asked her a question. He's like, first of all, is like, I know we passed this, but I need to know, like, what made you, you know, even though they were like, when they were watching, they were like, serious, but when Fredo asked that question, the boy laughed because nobody knew Jasmine and Fredo's relationship. They thought they were close, right? Because of the Fredo's sister exposing Fredo of cheating on Jasmine. And Jasmine said the funny part is that she never liked me until that point. He's like, for the years me and Fredo dated, she didn't like Jasmine. I
Mm.
don't know. He's like, but after that, she started liking me. He's like, that is kind of weird. So they started laughing about it. Then they went back to the serious because, so he kind of explained. Then he went into the why he took a year off. Fortunately for Fredo, the reason why he took a year off, his mom, well, Fredo's adopted. His adopted mom, she's having a health issues, like I think her liver or something, they're failing.
Oh.
So she went into the hospital literally early last year in 2023. So she was in the hospital, and she has stayed in the hospital for the whole year until now. She's still in the hospital. So he said, like, when y'all saw us, when we stopped uploading and we were streaming, it's like me and Jasmine were streaming. It was more of we were trying to show our, our fans, come and, us doing some cooking videos here, like, Jasmine cooking stream. They were streaming like once a week on Wednesdays when they were cooking different culture foods, right? For like 4 weeks. He's like, that 4 weeks she has just got in, so he thought in his head, he's like, she's just in here for like a month. He's like, right after I think they did it. He's like, right after the African week of their cooking stream, her health went terribly worse. So now
Mm.
he started. He's like, I could not. He's like, I didn't have. He's like, I was no longer in the mental capacity of being on YouTube or social media at all.
Yeah, you
So
can't
I
sustain all that.
yeah, he's like, I started, I just said, okay, you know what? I I talked to Jasmine. Jasmine was like, I guess Jasmine got a job or she started doing something else, and he started taking care, being on his family, whatever his family needed. He became that type of person. If Jasmine needed this, he was trying to keep it close, like
Mm-hmm.
and he was going to the hospital. She said it was last year. It was to a point when they were asked to not to sign do not resist the DNR do not resuscitate forms, and it's like that's how bad it got. And then Jasmine kind of chimed in saying that she remembers when the mom asked Jasmine when Fredo was not at the hospital, like Jasmine had came to the hospital to give Fredo a break to not go to sleep, and she was asking, why is the doctors asking me to sign these forms that do not resuscitate? And Jasmine was like, at that point, is that I could not. Is that I was also in a mental capacity. Like I started feeling sorry. It's like I was feeling bad for Fredo because Fredo has never went through this type of loss. Jasmine has. I think Jasmine has, but Fredo has never went through that type of loss of losing a parent, right? Even though he was adopted as a young age, so he had never met his biological parents, but when growing up, he never went through that type of loss. So she felt bad. It's like the only people he knew was them because they opened their house to him and raised them, right? So he explained that he started go the like now this year he's trying to he even explained he's going back to the old Fredo. He said, I'm going back to my his roots. He wants to start doing YouTube again, but he wants to he's like, because when he got famous on YouTube, he said, I did it the wrong way. He's like, I'm trying to now I want to try to chase this YouTube dream again, but the right way. He wants to go back to the old Fredo that made him famous at the first place, the one on 2K videos. But I don't think he wants to upload 2K videos not that much, but he wants to go back to the one that was genuine himself. Didn't care about what the world think. He didn't like, and I think that's crazy because I was like, if you watch, if I watch both his videos and hers, and the funny part, I think he edited both of them. He edited both of the videos. Like he edited, he even said that he's like, I remember, he's like, I had a video lined up for y'all to come up here saying this is why a cool video, like I bought this thing, I bought this house for him and his friends. Say why I left YouTube for a year. He said I watched that video and I started saying this is not even real. This perfect guy I'm trying to portray. He's not real. I'm just doing this just for views. He's like, that's not real. This is not me. That's not my life. So then he got after he uploaded that he went. He has a his channel that he created for his live stream. Uh, like when he does twist and the clip, he makes some clips. So here's that he released a video that he was gonna release on, saying this is why I left, for at the time, 6 months when he did that video. Then it ended up being a year with his whole team, the SSH. They were even talking about they were trying to make that they're coming, the comeback and everything. And even said after that, he's like, man, he's like, the video I just watched, that was 6 months ago. He's like, yes, we were planning to come back. Me and my friends, we were planning to do like a whole SSH type of video channel and whole SSH type of channel, videos. He's like, but he's like, every time when we try to plan this, something bad happens. He's like, but this time it wasn't. None of us had issues with it. It was more of I at the time I was not in the mental capacity to be doing YouTube, and because of real life stuff, so we kind of put side that to the table. He said he doesn't even think right now because somebody in the comments asked him if he thinks they can do it now since he's coming back on YouTube. He's like, right now, he's like, I'm not even. He's like, he's like, I'm feeling better about myself, but I'm not fully. Well, I think he's taking therapy because he said I'm not fully there yet. I'm still working on him. He said I'm still working on myself. So he's like, and when I feel like I've um I've worked on myself enough, I can come back. I can try and make this whole SSH thing work, but right now he only is focusing. He's like, I'm only focusing on two things. Is like Jasmine, uh, and his daughter and his family, and himself. He's like, that's all my focus going to. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Now let's talk about the Super Bowl, man. Super Bowl Sunday was this weekend.
It was a great game.
Uh,
It was a great
uh,
game. It wasn't too much
great
Taylor
game.
Swift. Usher touched
What did
somebody
you
else's
wait?
head.
Wait, hold on, hold
A
on.
lot
Did you
going
say
on.
there was not too much Taylor Swift? Because I think you didn't watch the
Well,
game.
yeah, they did go to Taylor Swift every single chance that they got. Um, but I don't think it was as bad as usual. The big moments though that
No,
did get kind of
no.
annoying. I seen Ice Spice and whoever that little white girl was, and
Or
then Taylor Swift
Black
a lot.
Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Shout out Ryan Reynolds too. Deadpool 3 is
Yeah.
happening. Can't wait.
So
But yeah,
no, actually, they did show a lot in the first half. Number one, I have an issue. NFL, we need to come here. He just gave you props. It was not as many as Yard normally does it, but it was as many. Now, there's an issue I have, which are with this Super Bowl, right? You should Taylor Swift a little bit too much in the first half.
okay. I
Yeah,
mean, they
should.
showed her throughout the whole game, so
Yeah, but
it's
we
always
we
gonna be
we
too
we
much.
we gonna we the second half is justable because Travis Kelsey was turned up in the second half, but
Mm.
in the first half that was too much. Y'all should have never showed. To be honest, y'all should have not showed Taylor Swift at all in the first half because Travis Kelsey only had one catch for 1 yard. So I believe y'all should have not showed her in the first half because the person that she was there for didn't really had a good game at that point. He had one catch for 1 yard, and he really yes. We're gonna talk about because I haven't. There's a lot of things that happen in this game that we need to touch on, but we're gonna talk about this.
So the game itself, what's up?
Now let's touch the game. The game itself, great game, great game.
More
This
competitive
game
than
was
I
a
thought.
this game was a tale of two halves because both teams. I want to say both teams. Am I correct? Yeah, both teams.
Hmm.
Both teams played great. No, they played terrible in the first half. If you watch the first half, if you're
Yeah, it
watching
was
the first
fumbles
half,
everywhere.
they
It
were
was really bad.
fumbling. The 49ers had they were more not unorganized. We're gonna touch about the 49ers because what the hell were y'all thinking?
Yeah, because it really
With
should have been a 49ers blowout with all the
uh,
stuff that
no,
they was
not even.
doing.
Yeah, not. I'm
But
not even talking about that. The 49ers players. I want to know. I think y'all need to fire the coaching staff at this point. What I just heard about what you're coming to the Super Bowl, I think y'all need to fire the coaching staff and figure out what y'all supposed to be doing. We're
well,
gonna touch on that.
It's Kyle Shanahan.
Uh, We're gonna touch on that. I
It's
don't know
Kyle.
if he needs to go or he needs to hire other people to teach his team some things because y'all could have won this game if y'all knew the rules. Because we're gonna touch on that. Let's touch the game. Both teams didn't play great in the first half. The 49ers played a little bit better than the Chiefs. The Chiefs in the first half literally lost their composure. All sorts, everybody lost their composure. Let's be honest. I need to now before we get to this, I need to touch on this. because I've been seeing this over my TikTok feed. The Travis Kelsey and Andy Reid, whatever y'all want to call it, the shouting match. Well, the Travis shouting at Andy Reid,
It was a lot
technically it
of
was
emotions. It was emotions, and it was they was about to lose the game at that point.
yes. Number one, I need people to understand because I explained this on my TikTok. If y'all want me to explain it, because I saw this lady, she came up here, she made 2 videos, and she was just I don't know. She's like, this is a red flag. This is that emotions. Y'all saying y'all. I don't want to hear y'all saying some moment. I need you come here, come here. Swifties who are up here and all these doctors who don't know shit about sports. I need you to come here. That's the Super Bowl, number one, and I need to emphasize it's the Super Bowl that just had caused the turnover. That's I need y'all to understand that. So number one, that did I explain that that was the Super Bowl? They just lost the ball on the fumble.
Yeah.
Now let's touch on why Travis was screaming, saying, "Put me in," or whatever he said to his coach. We really Andy Reid said he was put me in, coach. Right, right. Now, previous before that play and before y'all saw that on the screen, right? There was a pass to Nicole Harmon, who even cost the game-winning touchdown, by the way,
Hmm.
right? Even the funny part, he predicted who's gonna be. Well, he kind of predicted who was he's gonna play against in the Super Bowl, but he never predicted the right team because he was not on the team that went to the Super Bowl. We're gonna
Hmm.
touch on that. So he caught a deep pass, but Travis was pissed because before when Patrick Mahomes threw that deep pass, Travers was wide open on a post corner. That had no he had nobody near him. The only person was near him was the end zone. If he caught that, he could have went and scored a touchdown. So Patrick Mahomes chose to pass the ball to McCall Hyman, who was deeper, who was running a street route. He split the safety in the corner. So he caught the ball but got tackled, right?
Hmm.
So number one, Travers was pissed because he was wide open, and the only thing that was inside near him was the end zone. No receiver or no DB was even in 5 yards or 10 yards next to him or near him. He was just by himself, right? Then they took out Travers right then, and the fumble happened. Now, I need y'all to understand the Chiefs do this. When they're about to run the ball, they tend to take out Travis. Travis not he's the greatest tight end. He might be the greatest tight end to ever play in the NFL. But he's one thing he does the best is he's the greatest passing tight end, catching tight ends ever. Right? He's not a great blocker. He's not the Gronk or the George Kittle type of tight end that can block and catch. He can block a little bit, but he's not an all world blocking tight end like Gronk was, like you know how George Kittle is. So they normally take him out and put a tight end who's really a blocking tight end, not a receiving tight end, right? So they took him out and the fumble. Why did I mention that scenario? They took him out and put a different tight end because I believe the 49ers decided to say, oh, since Travis is not in the red zone, this is first and goal. They're about to come and at least make it a interesting 10-10 if lucky. What if we just because Travis is out, I believe they went and say they sold out to defend the run. They didn't care about the pass because Travis is not in there. So they gambled and guessed right at that point because they
Hmm.
all ran to defend the run. I believe Travis in his head or at that moment believed that if he was in the game, the fumble would not happen because it will make the 49ers think a split second longer to go sell out to defend the run because Travis is in there, so they'll think it's a pass, not a. They'll think maybe it's a pass, maybe it's a run. When he was not in there in the red zone, they kind of knew that they're about to run the ball in the first down. So the fumble happened. So first of all, if y'all never watched that, I've explained the whole scenario, right? Number one, I'm not defending his behavior. I'm just saying y'all come up here saying it's a red flag. And I saw people like, you never seen grunts do that to Bill Belichick. Man, Bill Belichick is not a player coach. He doesn't relate to players.
Yeah, he don't even talk to his players, bro. He's an intelligent coach and
But
great
he's
at
not.
calling and doing what he got to do, but
He
he's
really
not
doesn't care
doing
about
none of this
his
shit.
relationship with players. He wanted to literally. He told the owner of the say trade. He's like, can we get rid of Tom Brady when just after Tom Brady just won a Super Bowl because you wanted Jimmy G as his quarterback? Who does that? Bill.
Wait, you wanted Jimmy G over
Yes.
Tom Brady?
Yeah. He said he
Yo, he
went
must
up.
be the dumbest coach. Hold on,
He
that's
literally said
crazy.
went up. He went up to the owner and Robert Kraft and said Tom Brady he's no longer he's declining. I prefer if we start Jimmy G. And Tom Brady went to Robert Kraft and override it. And I told Robert Kraft, if you want me to stay here, it's either you trade Jimmy G or I'm leaving. So then they traded Jimmy G that same year
And then
when
Tom went to Tampa Bay and
Timber and
won
won a
what,
Super Bowl.
one Super Bowl or two Super
Yeah,
Bowls? I think
one
it was
Super
one.
Bowl.
That's dumb as hell. I never knew that. That was
So
that's dumb as
so
Jimmy G.
y'all trying to compare Andy Reid and Bill Belichick. They are two different type of coaching style. And number two, out of everybody on that team, on the Chiefs, I think there's only two players that have been with Andy Reid more than anybody. Is freaking Travis Kelce and probably Chris Jones. If it's not Chris Jones, it's Travis Kelce. He's the only. I think he's the oldest player, the oldest vet on the team. Not age wise, but in NFL years. He's the vet on the team. He's been with Andy Reid for 11 years. Andy Reid drafted Kelsey, and Andy Reid has said that he looks at Kelsey as his one of his other sons because he cannot raise Kelsey. What do I think they make a joke every single time when they talk about how he even got drafted? They say Andy Reid said, "I'm technically speaking, I didn't talk to him." He said, "I didn't want to talk to Travis. I talked to Jason." Literally, he said Jason is the reason why Travis got drafted at all.
Oh right, because
So
he knew Jason for so many years
yeah,
before.
yeah, he knew he drafted Jason in Philly. Then because Travis had got in trouble. First of Travis had got it kicked off from college his freshman year, kicked out of his football team. Then Jason had vouched for him. Went and begged the coach to come and let him play. When Jason had left for the NFL, so when Travis was coming out of the draft, when KC called him, well, at the time it was a St. Louis, Missouri area code, so he thought it was St. Louis Rams or KC, and he heard Andy Reid on the voice. He's like, yeah, 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 and they would say like, if you, we about to draft you, and right after he said we about to draft, he's like, give your brother the phone, right?
Mhm.
Literally, he said, give your brother the phone. And Jason got the phone, and literally Andy Reid is like, if I draft your brother right now, is he gonna mess this opportunity up? Is he gonna fuck up? Is he gonna is the party? Is he gonna keep doing the party? And Jason was like, nah, he's good. He's not gonna fuck up. He's not gonna mess this opportunity up. Da, da, da. and that's why he got drafted. That's why if you listen to the Super Bowl post game interview, he said he owes everything that he has got in his career. He owes it to Andy Reid because Andy Reid has made him the player he is. I need y'all to stop with these Swifties. I need y'all to listen to me. That moment happens more often than anyone has seen. And people say, "Oh, he had already admitted before that he should stop yelling." First of all, he didn't yell it this year. I think this is the first time he actually yelled at Andy. The only time he did like something when he was angry, he threw his helmet. And Andy Reid, they tried to give his back. Andy Reid grabbed the helmet and yelled at him. So I need y'all to stop this thing. Their relationship is different from any other coaching. And the people said, "Oh, AJ Brown Twitter saying if it was him, they would have kicked him out the league." Technically speaking, yes, they would have did the same thing. They would have called him uncoachable and everything. But the difference is on this situation, Nick Sirianni didn't draft AJ Brown. He didn't. He didn't make AJ Brown to the player he is. AJ Brown was already a made name before he even got to Philly. So there's a difference. Kelsey literally was built by Andy Reid to be the greatest tight end to ever play.
Hey, if you listen to Andy, he gonna get you because Brent Selleck was nice.
Yeah,
Um,
Andy Reid literally made Travis Kelsey to the greatest tight ends to ever play in the NFL. So y'all need to stop this notion. Now let's get back to the game because I'm tired of y'all Swifties on TikTok up here just saying, and this is a sign that Taylor should leave Travis very soon because you might do this. There's a difference, man. Is it he playing in a sport where you gotta be violent?
he's playing. That's the most important game of the year. So
And he gotta be violent. He's playing with you gotta be violent. You gotta be in war mode because you trying to
apparently,
be put some hit. And yeah, I understand you new to this. This happens a lot. When you play in basketball, soccer, it happens a lot in football too. Stop this notion. I'm tired
yeah,
of y'all coming in sports and y'all don't know nothing.
yeah, because apparently being emotional is a terrible thing. I guess
I'm stupid. I'm
the most
I'm sick.
important game ever. Like,
And is I is apparently yeah I've never seen. First of all, I'm so glad that there was some females checking out in on TikTok because I was like, I don't want the guys to be the ones defending, not even defending, but giving y'all the education or what was that moment about. And so many ladies, shout out to y'all females, man. Y'all checked every single one. Swifty, Twitter fingers, and everybody who was Twitter fingering. Everybody, y'all checked them. I want to say y'all good. Now let's back to the game, man. Second half. Oh man, the second half. Now, y'all see that the first half, literally the only exciting thing was the Andy Reid type of thing that I just talked about. The second half was actually entertaining. It was entertaining. Back and forth. Brock Purdy did great, but you were going against Patrick Mahomes, buddy. You cut. You see, I need people to understand this. You just don't. You can't play. ju- You can't let Patrick Mahomes outplay you and think you have a chance to win. You gotta outplay Patrick Mahomes. Even though you had a chance to win,
Brock
even
did play. I think low key he might have actually outplayed him. I'm not gonna lie.
nah, he didn't. He didn't.
It's close though. It's close.
It's a
Like
close.
he don't got no
He didn't.
picks, and he threw for what 250
He threw for 250. I think he had what did he two the
or close to.
fumble
It was close to
the
250.
two turnovers, uh 250, one touchdown. Uh really he didn't play bad, but he would now. I
But
need y'all to
he had no
understand.
interceptions though, and Brock stood tall. He stood tall in the moment. You got to give
Man,
him that.
man, bro,
You got
when
to
you
give him
throwing the
that.
ball 5 yards with freaking Kyle Shanahan's offense is literally, nigga, you gotta be just throw the ball 5 yards. You did that, only thing you just got if team is playing a zone, just throw it where this green. That's it. Let's be honest. Kyle Shanahan's offense is throw the ball wherever there's green. We running in routes and we just running in front of the defender. Just throw, make sure that the defender just if they're in a zone, just throw between the defenders, like the zone between the zones. That's it. Mm, mm, he played great. I'm saying he played great, but you can't let Patrick Mahomes outplay you the entire not the entire 3 quarters of the game. Why I say that? Yeah, last year's Super Bowl, right? We said, oh, the Chiefs won the game, but what was the notion? Why even when people say the Chiefs won the game because of a turnover, they say the Chiefs won the game because of a fumble that got recovered to a touchdown. It's like, but, and everyone say, but Patrick Mahomes was outplayed by Jalen. Jalen Hurts was the best quarterback. Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes, even though Patrick Mahomes won the game. Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I think he outplayed them both times they played, but
Yeah, so
that's a Philly in me.
that's what I'm at notion. You gotta, if you want a realistic, a real chance of winning. Because if he didn't, if the Eagles had stopped them, and not if they're not caught that holding the holding on Blackberry, right? And if the Eagles had stopped them once, they would have, the Chiefs would have not run the ball, kicked the field goal, and the Eagles would have won the game. So you see it's just the Eagles defense decided to sell the offense, and that's how we lost. But now, the second now the game went. It was crazy enough. The Brock Purdy walked the whole third quarter. The 49ers didn't play great. Didn't play great most of the third quarter until the end of the third quarter. That's when they woke up and scored a touchdown. No, I think they kicked the field goal. Touchdown or field goal, one of the two. But they were down, so they scored a touchdown, made it, and missed the field goal. Yeah, they scored a touchdown, missed the field goal, extra point. Got blocked. The extra block got blocked. The Then the Chiefs went and tied the game. Then the Chiefs went came tied the game. Then the 49ers went and kicked the field goal, and the Chiefs came back and no, yeah, did they kick the field goal touchdown again? I forgot.
They kicked the
But
field goal in overtime, but
yeah, they kicked the field goal.
actually
Then
it
the
happened
Chiefs,
twice. They kicked the field goal, and then Chiefs got a field goal, and then overtime they kicked the field goal, and then Chiefs scored the touchdown.
so they kicked the field goal. The Chiefs came back. Patrick Mahomes just put the Superman cape and said, "Yeah, y'all got this. We're gonna come and kick the field goal, tie the game, go overtime." Now, now y'all remember when I said I don't know what the 49ers should do and fire the host coaching staff? Uh, why did y'all not know the overtime rules in the NFL when you play in the NFL in the playoffs?
It's the Super Bowl. You know how many casuals is watching the Super Bowl compared
No,
to
no,
a
no, no, no,
regular
no, no, no.
game?
I'm not talking. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the fans. I'm talking about the players.
Who ain't know the rules?
49ers didn't know the rules of the player of the overtime. That if you get the ball, it's no longer that if you get the ball, you score a touchdown, you win the game. Is both teams have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams have a possession. If you score a touchdown, the other team has a chance to go miss the touchdown. Then we continue, right? Until somebody wins the game.
Yeah.
49ers didn't know that. The players didn't know that
How
the
they ain't know that? They don't
they said they
read
didn't know
rules,
that.
bro.
They found that the rule changes when overtime started on the jumbotron. I want to
What?
come
They're
here,
so
49ers.
dumb. They so dumb. Hold on.
That's why y'all lost.
Yeah, nah, y'all deserve
And then
it.
once of all, at first when the one guy said on the 49ers, I was like, hey man, I'll give you a pass. You play defense. You're not part of that was not your type of thing. Right? It was not your, it wasn't you were not part of the game plan. It's defense.
No,
They
he is
really
part of
didn't.
the game plan. You gotta
No,
you
no,
gotta
I'm
be good on both sides of the ball in order
yeah,
to
but
win in
I'm
overtime.
just saying, I'm like maybe maybe the defense really didn't focus on that, so they were like, hey man, we ain't gonna waste our time on that. Maybe the offense kind of worked on it. Then the offensive player said the same thing. I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, what type of what?
Yeah, these yeah.
This
I don't know
this
how
rules
y'all
has
made
been
it this far.
bro. This rules has been here. This is not the first year. This is the second year this rules has been implemented.
I thought it was implemented longer than that.
No, it happened after the rules got implemented. Now let me give you the origin of why the rule changes happen. So normally the overtime rules in the regular season games is on overtime it's sudden death. The team that gets the ball, right? Normally, if you say overtime, you win the coin toss. Most teams say, "I want the ball so that they have a chance to go score the touchdown and win the game outright." Right? That's how most teams do. They're like, "Oh, we want the ball. We're gonna want to go and score the touchdown."
Mm-hmm.
In over that, so that happened in the regular season. That still happens. Like score a touchdown, the first team to score a touchdown wins the game.
Right.
But in overtime, in the end, in the playoffs, it got changed because of the 13 seconds that they keep bringing up when the Bills played the Chiefs and it went to overtime and the Chiefs won the game because the Bills lost a coin toss. The Check like the Josh Allen coming out party. The reason why
Yeah,
Josh Allen was
that first one.
the playoff game that people say, oh, this is the reason why Josh Allen is the top two quarterback. Unfortunately, he didn't have a chance to go on the field because he had played a great game. He could have won and won the game too. Josh Allen's coming out party. That game changed because he lost the game because the Bills lost the coin toss. So the NFL and most people in the media voiced their opinion saying that's so unfair that Josh Allen lost this game because he lost a coin toss.
So this was implemented probably 4 years ago.
Yes. So the NFL came out and did a rule change. But when they did the rule change, it was agreed upon 3 years ago. Then they applied it last year. When last year happened, when the players happened, they literally reminded everybody that the rules have changed in the playoffs. And everybody have said it. Then when in the Super Bowl, the ref indicated what the rules was is if you go score a touchdown, both teams have a possession to score and win the game. Score a touchdown, unless if it's a defensive score. That's the only exception that you know.
I swore a touchdown ended the game, but I could have been wrong. But
No,
hey, if
yes,
both people get
no,
possession, that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. But so if let's say if the finals in the overtime, if the finals scored a
Score the
touchdown,
touchdown, it was
right?
over.
No, so that
Okay.
means if they had scored a touchdown, that would the Chiefs would have still come and had to score a touchdown and a 2 point conversion to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chiefs somehow, I want to know, somehow the Chiefs knew the rules,
And
and
y'all didn't
somehow
know.
the Chiefs prepared for if the game went to overtime. Somehow the Chiefs knew that this game might go to overtime, and so they literally had practiced the whole 2 weeks the overtime rules, and the practice that if we go to overtime, we are not getting the ball first. We're gonna give them the ball so that we know what we need to do. The 49ers didn't know shit. and now he lies why y'all lost. I want to say this. I don't know who to blame. I want to blame the players, but the players, I can't even blame them. But I do need to blame them because why did you not know the rules? You're playing the NFL. Some of y'all are 10-year vets. You're playing the NFL. I think they sent you memos in your emails when you go to the facility on OTAs. They sit you down, tell you the new rule changes. I believe the NFL told you that the rule changes have changed in the playoffs because they have you guys sit that they sit you down for every rule change in meetings.
You should know the rules if you play the goddamn game.
And
like that
somehow
is
y'all
like
didn't know that the
somehow you
rules
don't know.
were different in the playoffs. Both teams. I want to know for a fact. Now let's get into this dumbest. Since yeah, let's say hypothetically, yeah, everybody didn't know the rules, right? Because of the way I was sounding, y'all said, "Oh, we won the game because we scored first." Yeah, didn't score a touchdown, idiots. If y'all still want to say, "Oh, what if it was the old playoff rules?" The 49ers still didn't score a touchdown. They kicked the goddamn field goal.
They dumb as hell.
They lost the game because they kicked their field goal. Why did they kick the field goal? I don't know.
Well, I thought they had a fourth down in the red zone, so they kicked
They
it.
had a fourth down and they decided to kick the field goal.
If
I
they would
want
have
to
went
know.
for it, it would have been worse for y'all because they would have just kicked the field goal. It would have been over.
Yes, but
You don't
see,
want them to have.
but this is to the 49er players who were started out. Oh, we didn't know that the rule have changed. I didn't know that both teams is a possession. You still goddamn kick the goddamn field goal. Either way, the Chiefs was still, if it was still in the old playoff rules, the Chiefs would have still got the ball because y'all kicked the field goal. Am I? So why y'all crying?
And
You
y'all still,
lost.
yeah, y'all still gonna lose because they went back down and they scored a touchdown. Y'all won
So
possession, so they won possession. Come on, bro.
yeah. So in the new playoff rules, that's what you was whining about on the podium. Now we're gonna say, may hypothetically the rules didn't change. They changed it for y'all, right? The 49ers, we on the old playoff rules, the old rules that once that happens in the regular season, you still goddamn kick the field goal. That means you didn't score a touchdown. Still the playoff rules, the overtime rules in the regular season, it says score a touchdown, you win the game. Uh, a field goal is not a touchdown. A field goal is a field goal. It's worth 3 points, not 7. Am I mistaken or not? Y'all kicked the field goal. Y'all didn't score a touchdown. So technically speaking, in both uh, playoff rules, in both overtime rules, y'all still had lost the game because y'all goddamn kicked the field goal. I'm sorry to let y'all know that. And I want now let's touch on Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan. I don't know. I don't know. What did y'all do, man? What did you do? I don't
He
know.
might be
I think
cursed too. The Bills
you are
and him.
cursed, bro. You are cursed. I know that the 49ers are cursed because the 49ers are cursed because of what they did to Carl Kaepernick. I believe the Colin Kaepernick and the ancestors just cursed the 49ers. Until that do right by Colin Kaepernick, I don't think you're gonna win anything soon. But now,
That's why they lost twice. No,
yeah,
they lost with the Ravens and they lost with a couple years ago to the Chiefs.
no, they lost. Well, the
And
Ravens
they
was
lost
with
three
Colin.
times in the last
They lost
three
three
playoffs.
times, but and the Ravens was with Colin Kaepernick on the team. So we ain't gonna say that was a curse. We're saying right after the Kaepernick took a knee, and that season after the curse happened. That's when the curse started informing because there's no way. that in two Super Bowls you played the goddamn Chiefs, you were up by 10 points, and somehow you still lost the game.
And I called that, by the way. I said the first half they're gonna be up 10-0. Now I was wrong. It was 10-3, but they was gonna score 10 points, and then the second half they was gonna lose. What I say? What I say?
Man, I don't
Hey,
know. Carl Shannon. Now, now, Carl. I need to tell you. I'm saying I think you need to start. I think whenever your team makes it to the Super Bowl, I think you need to forfeit and say I'm no longer coming to the Super Bowl. I'll let the other coaches coach because you are bad luck. Because this doesn't. This is not just goes to you, just you as a head coach. Now, if we talk about you as a coordinator, it happened to you again. You have history. You are part of history. You know what the history is? You had a 28-3 lead at the Patriots and still lost the goddamn Super Bowl.
either one, yo, fam. At least he played better this time. At least he played better. He played a lot better. It was still a good game. That game is not better than the Chiefs and Bills, in my opinion, but it was still a great game. The script writers was writing a good script. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all wrote a good
Shout out
script.
to man. Yeah, I want to know that y'all know that Taylor Swift is getting a Super Bowl ring.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. The Swifties did more for the team than anybody on the bench. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The Swifties
Man,
kicked like four field
oh,
goals. What are you talking about?
I had this is a crazy story that I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but
Come on.
it's an interesting story. They said Kanye brought a ticket to the Super Bowl on the seats in front of Taylor Swift's box,
That could have
right?
happened. I mean, we didn't see him, but that would have been real smart.
Y- No, so this what happened though. This Brandon Marshall is explaining the story. It's like because he was trying to say every time he was trying to I guess promote himself was do something every because he knew that they're gonna hold show Taylor Swift. He's like something happened. Well, Taylor didn't like that, so Taylor talked to the security. The security talked to the people upstairs, the NFL, and somehow Kanye got kicked out of the stadium.
They kicked him out the
So,
stadium. What, yo?
man, I, man,
Man, Killer Mike can't even win 3 Grammys without getting arrested. Kanye can't even buy no damn Super Bowl seats
but
without getting
I
kicked
might
out.
not. But
It's crazy.
don't forget though. Don't forget Kanye. Imagine Kanye has issue. Kanye and Taylor Swift have issue. Like beef.
Yeah, he might have went up there and then said some crazy shit on the
No,
walk-in.
because
What about?
Kanye Taylor did a song with Kanye Wells. With Kanye, I think not recently, but right after the divorce with Kim,
Oh, he did. He
and
did. No, he got the voicemail or the recording of their phone call.
yeah, but
Without her signing off on it or not.
the recording of the phone call plus also on
Or
the
faded
song he
or not faded.
dissed. He did on his verse he dissed Kim. So after that,
I don't know.
I,
I don't know.
so they've
It's
never
getting
been
more and
friends.
more crazy.
Man, Kanye is he's only man. My man Kanye, you should stay in the cut, man. I think you should stop doing that, man. Kanye.
He's a marketing genius. He's a genius. You might call him crazy and all that shit, but he's
I'm
the
not saying he's
literal
crazy, but
genius,
I'm
bro.
just saying he's a genius. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
I
man.
would buy the seats right in front of Taylor Swift if I had the bread, and I would do a free promo and then take up a commercial slot.
Oh yeah, bro.
And then my album comes out next Friday. What? He was cooking.
Ooh,
He
you
was
was actually cook. Now let's talk about Usher, man. Man, Usher, Ramon, whatever your last name is, man. You had a great halftime show. I gonna lie, that halftime show was cooking. You were a great halftime show. Now let's touch about this, man. Usher. I need you to understand. Sometimes you need not stop dancing on people's ladies. We are tired. We need you. Someone one of these days somebody's gonna actually knock you out. I understand you She's married, Asha. And the worst part is she's married to the person who produced the song that she was singing to. Godly.
I think I want to see the reaction online. So far, they've been clowning it, but I want to see the reaction
No,
online
the, Asha. Before we even
because of what
finish,
that.
we need to finish. I'm not done with you, Asha.
He said, "I'm not done."
No, she had kids. She got 3 kids. You danced on him like you were him. You are her man. Like the had 3 sons were looking at that. They were at the game. What Asha? You no. And you just got married to a night to I don't you just got married to your longtime partner. But even though she doesn't look, I don't gonna lie. I think you would have done better, but hey man, that's you.
Nah, that's
I
a
don't know if
swag. He
it,
want to fill up on other people's women. That's a
because
swag. That's
I don't
swag.
know. I'm gonna lie, Asha,
Yo,
you need to stop this. Stop it. And I heard that you're coming. You're having a hotel. We are not. We don't want that. We don't need you to come up with a hotel. No, we are tired. Stay in Vegas. Stay at your residency that you have in Vegas. We don't need you to come up here and start dancing on other people, ladies at these concerts when you come on your tour. Then the worst part you had Chris Brown. Chris Brown is also having a tour with around your man Chris Brown and Asha. Y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta make people broke. Then I had Beyonce's coming in with another tour. Man, all these people, all your fans are gonna be broke.
everybody
I'm
gonna be
just
broke,
letting
man. Y'all gonna stay broke too. Y'all keep spending money y'all don't have.
y'all better spend all this money
Stay broke.
just to see them sing for 3 hours. Stop it.
They
Y'all
don't
gotta
even. They
stop
don't even
this.
sing that long. Well, Beyonce probably be up there that long because
Beyonce,
everybody keep a lot.
I had that Taylor Swift also sings like 3 hours.
Yeah,
She
but
sings 3 hours. So so y'all, I don't know. Y'all gotta stop this. No,
most of them
no,
be doing
we
an hour or two, and everybody
yeah,
else be doing the rest of the time.
man. Y'all know what? I go lie. Now we going back to the Taylor Swift and Travis. Uh, I think I think they're gonna get married, but not this year, but probably next year. They might probably get engaged.
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see an engagement pretty soon. Um, I think they actually like each other too. I don't even think this is like a stunt. They're just trying to
Yeah,
show because
I
I
don't
think
think,
they actually like each other.
bro.
You seen the way she looked when he won and all that other stuff. I think
And the way they were the interacting, there's the audio because Travis was mic'd up for the Super Bowl, so you could hear what he was saying. Well, not what he was saying in the game, but they showed the clip while after he won when he was talking to Taylor and saying, thank you for flying across the world to just to come to support me. You the best and everything." You know, she's actually,
yeah, that's dope too. She actually made it. She actually made it, and she brought Ice Spice.
for no reason. Why was she there? Why was Ice Spice there?
Ice Spice
Like
is everywhere.
Ice Spice. I'm not. I have no ill will against you, but why were you there? Like I understand why Black Life was there. Black Life, Ice Spice. I think this is your first game. This was your first game at the Chiefs game. So technically speaking, you just came there for the Super Bowl. Why were you there? Black Lively. When we touch on Black Lively, she kind of we kind of say Black Lively is involved. Black Lively is kind of involved with the with the Chiefs. Like she kind of part of the team, so we kind of expected Black Lively to be there. You know why? Because she has been before to a Chiefs game when they didn't go to the playoffs when it was just a regular game. So, but Ice Spice, why were you there? I'm seriously wondering why were you there? Like I'm so like, you know what? I be like, you do you have an explanation why Aspect was there? Oh man, I think that's what we have for this week. Uh, the you
Yeah, the
know
Super Bowl was lit. Super Bowl was lit. Um,
the
Ice was there. You mean? There was a whole lot of farts out there, bro. It's a whole lot of farts.
man.
Not
Uh,
even a
uh,
fart.
we got yeah. So without further ado, man. Oh, plus the NBA, All Star game is this weekend. So
Embiid got injured. The Sixers, yo, we look if Embiid come back and still be cooking the way he cooking, we might be there. We might be there.
mm,
Conference finals
uh,
probably.
uh, uh um yeah yeah
Yeah, you don't believe in it. Look, he don't believe in it. I don't
yeah.
believe in it. They look good though. They look good.
No, they
Next
look
season
good.
looking lit.
I know. They look good, but I think we lost the key piece on the team.
Well, yeah, but he'll be back. He'll be back.
No,
Hopefully.
no, no. I'm not talking about Embiid.
Talking about
We
Morris.
lost the
Oh, Pat
no.
Bev. Pat Bev.
Yeah,
No,
we
that Pat
lost.
Bev trade is nasty. That was
Yeah,
nasty work.
because I believe people don't know. Pat Bev doesn't is not a stat type of guy, but what Pat Bev did for the Sixers is way bigger than what Cameron Payne
Him
is doing.
being there is way
Him,
better than Cameron. You traded him for Cameron Payne?
even though I
Nah.
understand why y'all got Cameron Payne, y'all need a backup that can score points, but I don't think y'all should get rid of Pat Bev
Pat
because
can
Pat,
do most things on the floor. He just chooses to stay at defense, stay a playmaker,
yeah,
and he
like
don't even
Pat
shoot
Bev,
if he don't need to shoot because he don't really need to shoot.
bro.
Like,
Pat, do y'all watch?
nah.
If y'all watch the Sixers, Pat Bev was the extension of the coach.
Yeah, that was nah.
Literally, Pat Bev was Nick Nurse was here, and I think the next person, like the people who knew how to coach, like Nick Nurse and the other coaches, then Pat Bev. Pat Bev was like, okay, if y'all don't want to listen to the coaches, I'm here. I'm gonna say what the coaches are saying. So y'all listen to me. Nevertheless, you're gonna do what the coaches are saying. And I think that piece gone. It kind of I don't know how it's gonna look when Embiid comes back because I believe Pat Bev made everybody stay in their role. If I'm getting it, everybody was in their role and happy with their role because of Pat Bev. But yeah, uh, the All Star game is coming up. We might cover it. We might say what happens in it. We in the I'm trying to say in March might see some few changes with the podcast. We might try to start doing interview more like people. I'm reaching out to a lot of people. I think we have two people who said they would be down for interviews on the pod. So yeah. So look forward to that. I'm trying to get a Grammy nominated person that I know. Shout out to Josh's brother who just won a Grammy on the album with Ty Tribbett. So yeah, we might get Josh back up here because it's been a while since we talked to the brother Josh. But we might get a lot of most of the interviews that are coming up more about music, and I think that we got. But I think without further ado, man, drop a like, subscribe if you're new. And if you're listening to us on every streaming platform, please follow. Please download the podcast and listen to it. And we are out. Peace.